Hey you guys, it's Jenny Layton with the Happy Gal, and today I'm going to share a little analogy with you, and it might be really bad, but I think there's something really important we can learn, so I'm just going to go for it. Let's see if it ends up being as good as I hope it can be. So my kids love to take water bottles when we go places. And so a few months ago, I was helping them prepare these water bottles, and they use a lot of water bottles with those skinny necks. And so it's really tough to get ice in them, and they love to have ice in them. And so sometimes we'll use the disposable ones, sometimes we'll use these other water bottles with the skinny necks. And I found a few years ago these awesome ice cube trays that you can fill up, and they make long skinny pieces of ice. So it's super simple to put those ice in the water bottles because these trays make it so easy. In the past, before I had those trays and the kids were just begging for ice, we would crack the ice out of the trays or take it out of the freezer where the ice is already automatically made, and trying to stick them in those water bottles is impossible. I would like melt them in the faucet, and it just was so much work and so not worth it. So there was this big compromise of never having ice in the water bottles until we got the trays. Okay, so pretty simple example, but why I think this is so cool is I think it's a pretty good example for life, because all I had to do was go out and find different trays, and suddenly I could get the results I wanted. I could put the same amount of effort into freezing water into those skinny trays that I could put into freezing regular trays, and I would get the results that I want. And I just think in life, it's a lot like that. I think sometimes we want these results, but we just can't quite figure out how to get them. And you guys, it's all about going out and getting a different mold. It's all about going out and getting a different habit or a different thing that will help you put the same amount of effort into what you're doing and get the results that you want. When I think about the kind of results that people want to get in being organized, I really think organized people put the same amount of effort into their lives that disorganized people put into their lives. And I know that that's true, not just from my own experience in working with clients, but because I know that the quote that I swear, I know I've said a million times to you guys, I'm going to say it again, you pay the price of success or you pay the price of failure, but either way you pay a price. And so if you pay the price of getting the right habits and the right molds and things that you need before, then you can put the same amount of effort into your life and get the results that you want. So the reason that I wanted to talk about this today is because a few weeks ago, I did a Facebook Live and was showing you my kitchen and how I was able to get some healthy results by just doing a few little habits. And I had a lot of really fun feedback. I think it helped a lot of people. I did have some comments that were like, wow, that is a lot of work. I can't believe that you go to that much work. And I really just, I appreciated those comments because as I've been thinking about it in the last few weeks, I just wanted to be able to address that it was just a matter of me going out and getting different molds. It's just a matter of me creating some different habits, and they're effortless and they're the same habits. They're the same amount of effort that anybody puts into their lives. It's just that's what I do to get some of those results that I want. And I think we sell ourselves a little bit short when we look at something and say, I could never do that because it's too hard and it's too much effort. And the fact of the matter is you're already putting that amount of effort into your life. It's just getting different mold or different habit. Anyway, a couple little thoughts about how we can make getting organized easier. So much of it is the approach that we take in our minds and the way that we look at it. And I think we make it harder than it needs to be. And I think oftentimes we shut off possibilities for ourselves because we think, I could never do that. And again, I'm just going to come back to maybe my bad analogy. I don't know. You tell me if it was working. That all we have to do is change the mold, change the habit, and then everything else, it feels as easy as what we did before. I'm constantly thinking about how I can help you guys with this, and a lot of you know that this year I have been working on creating an organizing program for you. That is going to be ready. The big program is going to be ready to be released in the fall. But I have a little something for you coming up here because I want to give you some tools that will help you be able to get ready for the summer and the busy spring. And it's kind of along this whole ice cube tray analogy. Being able to have some good habits in place for summer and through the busy spring is going to allow you to really put the same effort into life, and maybe even scale back and have things be a little easier if we have the right molds and the right habits. So the week of April 22nd, and you guys are the first ones to know, the week of April 22nd, I'm going to open up a 7-day boot camp, a Get Organized boot camp. We're going to take 7 days and implement some really key habits and work on a key project that is going to give you an awesome momentum going into summer. So I will tell you more about that boot camp. It is going to be fast and easy and not overwhelming. You guys know me, I won't do overwhelm. I have to break it down and make it simple. So I'm going to tell you all about that coming up probably next week, but there's a little preview that's coming up. But I think the main takeaway for today, you guys, is just when you see something online or, you know, on a podcast or some kind of change that you want to make, recognize that you don't need to shut yourself off for that because it seems too overwhelming or too hard. It's no harder than getting ice to fit into a water bottle. You just need to find the right mold. You just need to find the right habit, and then things can become very easy. And it's really my goal here to be able to help you find those habits and what those are. And so we'll do that in the Get Organized boot camp and just throughout the month as we talk about different ways to get organized. And this month we're talking a lot about decluttering. So help you with some of those tips. Anyway, love you guys. Thanks, Kelsey, for joining. Sure love you. And talk to you all soon. Bye.